Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd do a little story time with you. I wanted to talk about my horrible eBay experience. I'm not gonna say that the experience made me not want to shop at eBay ever again, but it did definitely make me a bit more cautious when I'm shopping. And now I know that if there is an issue, or if I feel like someone is moving funny, one of the sellers are moving funny, I need to do something right away. When I think about it, I just feel like it's so crazy, like the turn of events and how everything happened is just, I felt like it was so random. Anyway, let's get straight to the story. So when I was starting out my YouTube channel, gathering all of my stuff, all my lighting equipment, buying a new camera and everything, I needed a new memory card. So I went on eBay and then I did a search, obviously, and I found like a 32 gig SD card for like £10.50, I think it was, and I thought, okay, well, I guess that's a bargain, isn't it? And so I ordered it. Everything was fine, the transaction was smooth, paid, went through straight away. And then a week later it still not come, and I thought, okay, I want to start recording, you know, before my schedule starts to fill up, so I need to start getting stuff moving. So, you know, 1 week's not here, 2 weeks is still not here, and so I decided to go to Argos and buy one myself, and it was like £2.50 more, I think. So I emailed the seller. The seller's name, by the way, was Jazz Faz. So if there is anyone out there that has had you know, a transaction with that person, then obviously I'm sure if it went as badly as mine, then I'm sure you know already, you know, what's gonna come next. So I emailed him and told him that I had not received my package yet, but I was willing to wait one more week for it. So that was fine, you know, he agreed, he was okay with it. So after that I waited a week, I still hadn't got it, but by that time I had already gone and bought the one from Argos anyway. So I was just hoping that I wasn't going to open the Argos one, so I was hoping that maybe this one would come and then I can return the Argos one and just get my money back. So I didn't open it, but then that week left, it still didn't come. So I thought, okay, forget it, I'm not waiting any longer, I need to start getting stuff, you know, down. So I emailed this seller again and I said to him, I've still not got it and I'm kind of not willing to wait anymore, so I would like a refund. I was very nice, but I wasn't like, oh, you've lost my shit, give me my money back. It wasn't anything like that. It was very, very calm, you know, and smooth on my end. Anyway, he said to me, can you please send me the number of your local sorting branch? I need to verify if they actually posted it to you. This is the first time something like this has happened to me on here, and I've been on eBay since 2007, 2008. Surely you can understand my predicament. Thanks. So then I gave the number to him and I replied, I've waited to receive for over 2 weeks, which has inconvenienced me, and I've had to spend money once again to buy the item that I patiently waited for. And then after that it was really weird because he started accusing me of lying about it, and I thought, why would I lie about not receiving a £10.50 memory card? What do I have to gain from it? He responded, to be honest, I find that incredibly unlikely. I've sold many packages over the years and they've all arrived without any issue. I will call the number next week because the office is most likely closed. It's 6:43 p.m. Please bear in mind that lying about undelivered items is considered fraud. So, of course, I was really offended, and I then replied, Why would I lie about not receiving a memory card when I've picked up a more reliable one for roughly the same price from a reputable company? I find it extremely insulting that you would accuse me of lying about having received it. Your customer service is piss poor and I regret purchasing any item from you. They close at 7, so feel free to call now so I can get this sorted and not have to contact you again. I know maybe I came off a bit abrasive in that message, but to be honest, I was really angry. I was really offended that I was being accused of lying about a £10.50 item. It was after that things got a little bit more heated and extremely personal from his end. He replied, "Because your cheap ass tried to buy the item for £10 instead of the already ridiculously cheap £10.50. Please bear in mind, I'm not a business, I'm an individual, darling, so I can say whatever the hell I want to say. I will try to call them today. If I get no answer, I will call next week. In the meantime, why don't you simmer down and pour yourself a nice cold glass of soup malt? Actually, scratch that. Judging by the look of you, you really need to ease off the calories. Lay off the jollof and pick up a salad next time. Just a suggestion. Ciao." So obviously, anyone in my position to see that kind of message, that kind of disgusting, unnecessary attack on my personal appearance is unnecessary, is uncalled for. And at first, when I saw the message, I thought, does this person know me? How do they know what I look like? Has this person been stalking me? Like, I became extremely paranoid. And the fact that it's on eBay, the person has my address, they have my name, they have my number. There was, you know, as it went on, it started to make me feel very uneasy. I mean, I was thinking, what if this person just creeps up on me and tries to harm me in any way, because they have my address and they have my phone number, you know, they know where I live. So it made me feel really paranoid. But anyway, I was furious and I was upset, but I tried to respond in a way that when I do report the issue, when I did report the issue, in fact, it wouldn't make me look bad, if that made sense. I just tried not to do, like, you know, I tried not to be threatening as he was in his messages. So then after he sent that, I replied, "Your item cost £10.50, but I bought it from a reliable place for £2 more. But you're a keyboard warrior, I see. That's cool. Hope you feel safe typing all that from behind the screen." To which he replied, "Quite comfy, actually. How's that salad coming along? All that meat ain't doing you any favors, girl. You look..." I'm guessing that was supposed to be orangutan, but obviously his grammar is as atrocious as his personality. "There is curvy and there's disgustingly fat. You're the latter. I'm trying to help you, girl. Seriously, how do you expect your tedious YouTube channel to blow up if you end up dying from a heart attack by the time you're 28? Huh? Nothing to say. Lay off the goat meat, eba and plantain and incorporate some brown rice and chia seeds into your diet. I'm trying to save your life. And don't worry, you'll get paid. Maybe consider enrolling at your local gym once you've received it. Just a suggestion. Ciao, fatty McButterpants." For me, when it got to that point, I just thought, okay, I'm not about to deal with you anymore, because I'm not going to sit here and be insulted. So I decided to call PayPal and tell PayPal the situation, and obviously, you know, they would help me get my money back, open up a dispute and get my money back. So anyway, after that, I responded to him, "Oh, so you're a fan? Well, you've been researching me since you know so much about me. Reveal who you are then." So I was trying to kind of coax him into telling me who he is. Just a side note, I know exactly who he is. I don't know him personally, but I know his name, I know where he lives, I know where he works, because I made a point to find out. Don't ask me how. I have my ways. But anyway, I made it a point to find out. So, and I know what he looks like. So, I'm not going to be petty and say his name. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. But, you know, just to let you guys know, I do know who he is. I know exactly I know what he looks like. I know where he works. I know everything about him. I've got his address. I even know his phone number. I know it makes me sound a bit psycho, but to be honest, it made me feel, when I was able to find all this information out by myself, okay, not by myself, I have my cousin who is like my partner in crime, who, you know, when it comes to this kind of stuff, so we did this together. We're both a bit psycho. So you know, I felt a bit much more comfortable when I found out all this information, because it's like, for me, it's like, okay, well, you know all this about me, you know what I look like, you have my details, so you can just spot me in a crowd and I won't even know who you are if you were going to do something. But now I know exactly who you are, I know what you look like, and you can't surprise attack me, I guess. You know, if you wanted to be vindictive, even more vindictive than you were. Anyway, so this all happened like back in July, I think it was, anyway, like early July. After that response, he replied to me, "I like to research people who intend on scamming me, and you are as crappy as they come. As if the world needs yet another mediocre makeup channel. Give it up now. You're wasting your time. Firstly, you weigh 300 pounds. Secondly, your videos lack effort and enthusiasm. Makes sense considering how enormous you are. You will never amount to anything. Want to know why? Because you are a scamming scumbag. Now stop messaging me and make that salad." So after that, obviously, I had already spoken to PayPal and I just left it at that. So obviously I was really hurt, I was angry, and I just felt like, you know what, it was just going to end there, and that now I had reported it to PayPal and opened up a dispute. You know, that would be it. I was so wrong. So I woke up, I don't know, I woke up about 12 in the morning, 12 in the afternoon, sorry, around 12 in the afternoon, to see that he sent me an email to my personal email account. I'd reported him to eBay as well, but I think his eBay account was still there, I'm not too sure. But he'd sent me he'd sent me a message to my eBay account, he sent me a message to my personal account with a fake email. So I don't know whether he'd made it or he has like a fake email ready, because that's the sort of person he is, that he's, you know, he's done this before, so he just had a fake email handy just in case he needed to do something like this again. So he emailed me from my eBay, emailed me with a fake account, and then he started signing me up to random websites. So one of the websites were the Satanic Temple. So this is what I saw around 12 in the afternoon. And then I saw another one from Niger Foodie, and then there was another one from BBC Food. So this message that I saw, you know, it was a very long message, it was a huge paragraph. So it read, "Just logged into PayPal. I see that your fat scamming ass has opened up a dispute against me. I told you to wait until next week so I can call your local sorting branch, but naturally your disgusting, zaftig, I don't know what the hell that means, ass couldn't wait. Why am I not surprised? Fat people don't have patience. That's why they like fast food. Or in your case, eba and agushi soup with loads of meat. What's the problem? That £10 bucket of KFC couldn't wait until next week. You really are a terrible, painfully unattractive, abhorrent shell of a human being, aren't you? You bring shame to all Nigerians. I honestly thought you had an ounce of self-respect, but no, you're just an ugly, poor scammer with a terrible YouTube channel and equally terrible Twitter page. Seriously, all you do is retweet. You have no ideas of your own. And another thing, if you're all about black pride, then have some pride in your body, fatty. I don't recall MLK or Malcolm weighing in excess of 300 pounds. You should seriously consider buying a robe and ending it all once and for all. Who do you think is going to pay when you inevitably have a heart attack for being so fat? Why should I be responsible for your mistakes? Ghastly, foul human. You call yourself a yam head? Lol, what you need to do is stop eating yam and start hitting the gym. Like I said before, lay off the greasy food and pick up a breadstick, you orangutan lummox. God was clearly having a bad day when he made your intoxicatingly disastrous looking face. Your face is a catastrophe, like a tsunami, 9/11 all wrapped up in one. I doubt you're Nigerian. No Nigerian looks as unattractive as you do. Do yourself a favor and get a facelift pronto. Hope you have a great day, fatty. I'm looking out the window and the sun's out. Use this as an opportunity to go outside and jog that fat away. Fatties like you do not deserve to breathe the same oxygen as me. You should be assassinated like the obese, untalented, scamming maggot you are. Cheerio. You know, even thinking about it is just, it's just getting me worked up all over again. This is not something that I don't even know. It's not something that I'd wish on my worst enemy. I wouldn't want anyone to experience any of those messages that I received. It's absolutely disgusting to tell someone to kill themselves, to hang themselves just because of £10.50. You are pathetic. You are pathetic for doing that. And what's even worse about the situation is that eBay was not helpful at all. You know, I reported him to eBay. eBay didn't do anything but suspend his account. I spoke to them through my Twitter account. They weren't helpful at all. I reported it to police. I was encouraged to report it to the police, which I did. Obviously, when I started speaking to the police about it, they were, you know, before I even finished talking, they attempted to cut me off and tell me that I need to sort it out with eBay. And I said, no, I'm not going to sort it out with eBay, because at the end of the day, this guy's sending me threats. He's being very threatening. He's telling me to kill myself. He's telling me to buy a rope and hang myself. He's telling me that I should be assassinated. So I read the messages to the police, and you know, they were very helpful. I mean, obviously they were equally as disgusted, but they were very nice. They comforted me on the phone, because by that time I was just all over the place. I was up in tears. So they were very nice over the phone. They helped me. They sorted out. They opened the case. They tried to communicate with eBay to find out who this person was and to, you know, just kind of speak to him, I guess, because they asked me what did I expect out of, you know, from it. What did I expect the police to do? And I said, I just want you to speak to the person. That's it. I'm not asking you to go up and arrest the person. Speak to the person. Let the person know that I've got you involved, so that if they think of trying to do anything further, if they think of trying to send me any more messages, they know that I've got you on standby. And if they think of trying to, God forbid, go further than that, I've got you on standby, and that you would be there to do whatever you need to do if it escalates again, ever. So obviously they understood that, and they were very helpful. There were two police officers that I spoke to, and it took a while to deal with it because eBay was just being so unresponsive. They weren't cooperating with the police. So in the end, they actually even, I was told that they were even, the police were going to open up a case against eBay as well, because of, you know, the lack of communication surrounding the situation. So after all that, while I was waiting for all that to happen, me and my cousin did some digging, because obviously the police didn't know who this person was. So I got an email from PayPal saying that I've got my refund. So when I got the refund, it was an email in the refund saying that refunds come from this email address. And from that email address, we were able to find everything. So we were able to find his name, find out what he looks like, you know, where he lives, where he works. I even found his phone number. We were able to find out all this information, to which I then handed it to the police. And I said, this is his information, this is his name, you know, all this and stuff. And they sent him a long email. I don't really want to get into that email, but long story short, they obviously said that if it does happen again, they will be making arrests. So that made things a bit more easier for me. That was my horrible eBay experience. I would reveal his name, you know. I mean, the petty side of me is begging, like, Casey, do it, but I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. On top of it, do you know what, guys, on top of it, he came onto my YouTube page and he went and disliked all the videos that I had up. You know, what was the point? He was stalking my Twitter, he was stalking my Instagram. I had to make my pages private for a while because of that. Not private anymore, but you know, I had to make everything private purely because of him, because I didn't want him stalking me. It made me feel so uneasy the whole time. It was that short time that I was waiting for the police to speak to him, from when I got these messages waiting for the police to speak to him, it was, I think it was about a month or so that they finally got through to him. So that space and time, I felt extremely uneasy. I didn't want to leave the house because I don't know what he looks like. I didn't know who he was. So I was scared that, you know, what else is this guy capable of if he's going to make a fake email account to send me abuse and then sign me up to websites. So I was just thinking, if someone can be this vindictive, it made me feel extremely uneasy, you know. So I was really always over the edge for that period of time, and you know, I didn't really go anywhere without anybody with me, because you know, what if you just randomly just came up? It was like, if you're capable of doing this, then you're capable of doing anything, and I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and just think you won't go that far. No. So, you know, thank goodness I know who he is now, so I'm not worried anymore. I would just like to say to everybody watching that if you have ever experienced anything like this, don't sit down and take it, because it could affect you in the worst way. I mean, I reported it. I wasn't quiet about it. I reported it, and look how I felt. I can't imagine how anyone else would feel if they weren't if they didn't feel like they could talk about it, if they didn't feel like they could report it, if they didn't feel like they had anyone they can talk about it, it's not a nice feeling at all. So I would urge you that if you ever experience anything like that, please find someone to talk to. If you feel like it's police worthy, report it. That is my AV experience. It still stings a little bit when I think about all the things that were said, but I'm not going to let it affect me. I'm not going to give him that satisfaction. I'm very happy that I had a huge support system and I had loads of people that I could talk to about it, as well as, you know, the police being as helpful as they were. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you take heed to everything I've said, and you know, you just look after yourself if you're ever in that kind of position. Thanks for watching, guys.